So welcome back to my next tutorial. In this story, I want to show you how we can add a contact in our about page, like the contact of my logo here. I'll show you how I can make it a logo, but I just do a rough copy and make a video on how we can do it. So after bringing the logo in the left side, I'll also show you how can bring the how can float the image on the left side while the context or the text on the right hand side. So let's start coding. Just go to your text editor, so just code them, and I'm in the board of HTML. So let us create a div. Remember that this is another HTML file or page. So in that HTML file, I want also to create a division. The first division, let us name it as div as division of class one. Division class one. Let us keep class one. The name of that division, let us name it one. So after naming the class of the class of that division as div class one, how do we want our website to be? We want an image which will float on the left side. Then after the image, you want also to keep a text which it will show our identity, like what's my name, like where am I from? Like, can you see my page? I've just write, hey, my name is Henry Aston from the World of Art. Do not forget to follow me. I will keep all those things. I'm supposed to keep all those things, but how can you do it? Just come to your VS Code and under the div class one, the div class one, all those things you store them in division of class one. Then come and keep this and import an image emg. If you want to import an image tag, just write emg. Then the source where you will import the image tag. After writing the source, this source is used to show that I'm importing from this file. Then after writing the source, you will also write the alt simply means the name of that image. Like, I'm importing it from this source, the source. I will write the source where the image is located. If it is in my folder, what is the name of that image which I'm importing? After writing all those types of things, there is alt. Alt simply means the name of that image. It just defines the name of that image in a website. Like, I'll say that eventually it's my logo which I'm keeping in the website. So I'll say that my logo. Mhm. Then after doing all those types of things, just close this time. Then save our file. But remember that we have called an image in our website, but we have not told the website, the HTML file, that our image is coming from from this kind of stuff. As you can see, our image is blank, so we must specify the type of image which we are importing in our website. By doing that, let us go to where we store the image, or the folder where we store the image. As for me, it is stored in the pictures folder because I created it using Krita software. As you can see, this is the software where I make my logos. I'll show you. I'll show you, or I'll record a video on how I can create the logo using Krita. Let me do a rough work on how I can do this. Let me just do a rough work. This is a rough work, so let me do it in a fast way. Just do like this, this. Do like this. I'm using the Krita.ai. Doing that, let us go here to color. You want to color, and you want to color this part. Let's not do color yellow. Sorry, let's give it color yellow. Yellow. So giving color yellow, let's add another layer. After adding that layer, then right, you know, and, and If you don't have the money to purchase a membership in Adobe, you can either use this software to do all those types of things. So let us save our file as Rasta, and we come on the down part save as type. We want it to be a PNG file. The image I want to replace it. Okay, done. Our logos are, you've already created a logo in less than, I think, less than 5 minutes. So let us go to where our image folder is. You can see your logo store at this part. Now we can successfully copy. Let us return back to our folder of friends, which contains everything in our website. Let us paste it. Calvary. Then we'll come back to our idle text idle and find out that it has already reflects itself that we have pasted an image in this folder which we are creating our website, and the image name is called Henry the Aston. So under the source, now it is where now we are going to keep the image name Henry Aston, the GPG. This GPG, this means that it is an image. Then we automatically save our work. After saving our work, just come to where your about page it is. Remember that it will be large because you have not kept the measurements like the weight, the height. As you can see, it will be large. Now, the work of HTML is simply just to keep the image in the website, but it is the work of the CSS to design the height of the image and the width of the image. So we'll go to the CSS so as to minimize the height and to minimize the weight. Just come to where your CSS file is. If you don't have about the CSS, remember that about is not linked to any CSS file. So we'll create a new file at the plus, just click the plus and name that file about the CSS. Know that I told you a CSS is used just to add styles. About the CSS. After naming it about the CSS, you have already created a CSS file, but we want to link that about.html to about the CSS so that any content in about.html it should be styled using about the CSS. But linking HTML and CSS, as I told you before, you're supposed to link it below the title tag, and the title tag you're supposed to write link. After writing the link in the href, take note of href. Href is used to link pages. So href, now you link the CSS file, it is called about the CSS, about dot CSS. You have already now linked the HTML, the about.html to the about.css file. Let us save our work. After saving our work, now we want to style the image in our about.css, about the HTML. As you can look, the image is very large. The weight of the image, width of the image is very large, and the height of the image is also very large. How can we minimize it? Simply, you can minimize it when you link that about the HTML page to a CSS. That's why you have linked about the HTML page to about the CSS page so that they can work together, and any content which is placed in that HTML it is edited in CSS. So let us come in our CSS and tell the about the CSS so that in div class 1, div class 1, div class 1, in div class 1, I want to edit specifically the image in div class 1 in a division which that division is named class 1. That's why you have started with a dot. This means that I want to edit a class which I've created, and that class which I've created I have named it. Now this is where now you have come and tell the CSS that you have named it 1, and after naming it 1, you keep you further say that this part I don't want to edit all the division. I want to edit a specific part, which is the EMG. I've understand at that point. Then after doing that, you're supposed to keep a curly bracket under the EMG. Then Just write the height. EMG simply means that in the division of class 1, you want to style the image only. After telling the CSS file like that, then you will come and write the height now of that image. Height, let us assume that you want 200 pixels of that height, the measurements. Then the width. Then under the width,